No. You stay in the house. You don't go nowhere. You're not, no restaurants, no clubs, nothing. You cheater, you cheating. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and then grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch! There's some bitch. She's like, hi. You're like, yeah, hi. Yeah, I'm the man. Oops, you fuck her. Oops, and now she's in love with you and shit. The real G's know what I'm saying. Like, you're pimping bitches. You don't even want her. So you're pimping bitches. So when you're pimping bitches like me, it's a full-time job.
The online course is called the PhD, or Pimping Hose degree. It has been removed from Tate's website, but is a required course to join the elites in the war room, costing an additional £337. The PhD is taught by Andrew Tate himself, and in private, he says it teaches men a method for seducing women into a relationship, and then gradually manipulating them into working for you in online sex work.
The PhD course is my recruitment system. I don't mention webcam until after I've had sex with the girl.
These encrypted messages show the men feeding back to Tate and the generals how they were putting into action the teachings from the PhD course. Men also brag about their control over women by sharing examples of the punishments they've meted out on them. With Tate refusing to speak to us, we'll need to speak to those women themselves. We have identified 45 potential victims who are limited information. The true number is likely much higher.
It all started when I matched with a random guy, a cute one on Tinder. He told me, let's go out, let's have dinner, but remind to bring a chocolate.
To bring him like a unique kind of chocolate.
Asking for chocolate is the first test to see how susceptible a person is to control.
I'm telling you, it's a very important element, that control. Because once the money starts pouring in, the girls will be like, well, what the fuck do I need this dude for? No such thing as a perfect woman. If you want a woman who's perfect for you, you must build her to be perfect for you.
I remember him being awake at 6 a.m. He forced me to wake up, make him coffee, and then I could go to sleep again. Then, I think 1 month or maybe 2 months out of dating, and he asked me, hey, you want to do an elephant?
I'd keep 80% of the money they made. So they basically worked for free. They worked for my love and attention.
He kept being with me and controlling me.
If I wasn't doing well, things would become more violent.
The woman must learn that her man is fucking an iron mountain and the easiest path is to obey.
As soon as I walked in the door, he pushed me to my knees and smacked me really hard across the face.
Yeah, getting the girl, fucking the girl is the first 10% of the game. Having a girl tattoo your name on her is the other 90%.
He wanted me to get his name tattooed at all costs.
First time I went round his house, the blue, he literally just stopped what he was doing and just laid back. He said, I'm just contemplating whether I should rape you or not. And I promise you, within an instant, he changed. He just jumped straight on top of me, grabbed my throat, started suffocating me, strangling me. The things he was saying to me, he was like, who do you belong to? Who do you belong to? And the more I couldn't say it, the more he'd hurt me. So I couldn't see an escape. And at that point, I just gave up. I just gave up.
Amelia's method of coping with the alleged rapes.
The abuse wasn't consensual because he knew I didn't want it, which he confirms in multiple voice messages and texts to me.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. And all the women I've ever slept with, not a single one has ever bitched or complained like you are bitching and complaining now.
Began to fear for her own life. In 2014, she also decided to report the incident to police, who logged it.
They clearly didn't think. A text from a man to a woman saying, I love raping you. I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling. To CPS, apparently, that's not enough.
If anyone did piss us off at any point, even if we didn't want to fuck them up ourselves, we can make one phone call and they'd either be in a ditch or lose their any right to stay here, they'd have some visa issue and kicked out the country, or arrested for no reason and put in a jail cell for months at a time. We are basically as mafia as you can get.
Can't sit here today and tell you that my clients, that these women are not afraid. They are. They're very afraid. They're terrified. They've been threatened. They've had people come visit their place of work, come to their homes. People are harassing them and attacking them and threatening them.
The message the survivors have asked me to communicate today is, we will not be bullied into silence. Their stories will be told, and Tate will face his day in court. Not just here in Romania, but in the UK and the US. His alleged crimes span the globe, and their suspected victims are worldwide. We can also promise that the legal teams gathered here today will ensure that those complicit in these attempts to bully and silence not only the survivors, but also witnesses to Tate's alleged crimes will be subject to legal action both in the UK and the US.
We were just sitting on the bed and Andrew punched me. Went to the bathroom and cried. It really hurt to have someone just hit me in the arm for no reason. I was very confused. Sorry.
Not only did she allegedly experience his abuse personally, she also witnessed him abusing others.
Verbal, physical, not just to me, but the other women involved. And it just got worse over time. Andrew would call us lazy hoes. I saw him smack girls with a belt. He used to strangle us as well. At this time, the girl had a partner, so she was not interested in Andrew at all. And I had gone to the shower, I came back and I noticed he was, like, I saw him raping her. And he threatened to beat me up in the bathroom. And he said, oh, I don't give a if you call the police, I'm gonna beat the out of you. That's kind of when I knew, I had to get out of there.
You didn't like that I was thinking I can do whatever I want to. That's what it is. I'm the smartest person on this planet. Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I f***ing loved how much you hated it. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't f***ing pass out. Chill the f*** out. Jesus Christ, I thought you were cool. What's wrong with you?
The accuser included a message sent from Tate reading, quote, "I loved raping you." Tate was arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and physical abuse after two separate accusers came forward.
The charges include rape, human trafficking and forming an organised crime group, as well as illegally accessing a computer system and violence against one of the alleged victims.
We know there are 7 alleged victims. There are separate charges that are still under investigation. They include money laundering, influencing statements and trafficking of minors.
We were having sex and he put his hands round my throat and strangled me until I lost consciousness. And when I came round, he was still having sex with me.
A young woman who says she was the victim of sexual violence and rape. Tate is facing a claim for damages from 4 women in the UK, 3 who worked in his internet sex business.
A Romanian court has agreed to extradite the controversial social media influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan to the UK. The European arrest warrant over allegations of rape and human trafficking.
Fresh allegations of sexual offences between 2012 and 2015.
Additional new complaints brought by additional women on top of the existing complaints and the victims that we already know about, thereby increasing the number of women who have brought allegations of rape and serious sexual violence against Tate.
One of the women who claims Andrew Tate raped her first went to the Bedfordshire police. This was several years ago. According to these women, the Crown Prosecution Service had taken it more seriously. Then Andrew Tate could have been stopped there and then.
If you may have looked at someone wrong or sped in a car in 2012, they're going to try and put you in jail for it.
But Bedfordshire police are looking into very serious allegations, but you must accept that they're very serious allegations.
If you interrupt me again, sir, please.